What is up, guys? Govston here with the National Pokémon Association Week 11. Can you believe it? 11 weeks have flown by, and it barely feels like 4. Anyway, this week we take on PokeballerLuke since he rebranded himself, and he is the coach of the Dallas Staraptors. And as you can see, he's bringing them Configuragus, Donphan, Magmortar, Gastrodon, Mega Medicham, and Hydreigon, which he got on a trade on the down low. Also, going into this, my Chestnut had the wrong ability. We misgen/bred it. Therefore, instead of having bulletproof, bulletproof, or whichever it is, bullet something, you know what I mean. It had overgrow. So when you see me actually realize that happened, then I sort of go through the fact of why I started sacking stuff left, right, and center, because I felt I had no way of winning. But we're gonna keep watching because you never know. I might be jammy enough and cheeky enough to pull off that win. So let's kick it off. I lead with Heatran. Luke is going to lead with that boy, which is obviously Hydreigon with its 3 heads. I'm gonna eat my berry. I'm gonna take this hit pretty damn well. In comes the Earth Power right away. Super effective damage. The Sugar Berry protects from that damage. I throw out my rocks, and then next turn my plan is just to switch that son bitch out and try and use something else to counter the Hydreigon. All I want to do was get the rocks up. That was the important fact there, so I can start doing the hazards. I know he's got Donphan. I know it's there, and I got a way around it. So here is Chestnut, the Notre Dame, which has got the wrong ability on it, which I'm going to kick myself for because I should have noticed when I looked at it that the ability was wrong, but it just didn't register. I think I stayed there for a good 5 minutes and I still didn't see it was wrong. Anyway, he's switching to Magmortar. I'm trying to feel him out a bit, see if the Hydreigon was scarfed. I believe it to be so. I might be wrong. I cannot remember. I've slapped it in the sand, god damn it. In comes Magmortar. My best play here is just to switch straight out, and I safely went into Lizard Lad because I know it can take a Fire Blast. It should easily be able to take it. Boom! In comes the Fire Blast as predicted. But damn, that did a lot of damage. Something it's not supposed to be effective, and it also landed a crit. I'm blaming a lot of extra damage down to that crit, which sort of screwed me over. So my next best bet is to switch out and go back into Heatran, which naturally I'm going to do because I have a feeling that's coming. It was a good prediction. In comes the Thunderbolt. Charizard would not have lived if it had that coming even first turn. Anyway, Luke is switching out that boy Magmortar and coming with that boy Gastro, which the rock's going to do its thing. It's going to do a little damage. I'm going to switch. I'm going to go straight back into I'm going to go to Not a Dragon, which is our Noivern this week. It's first the leftovers. We know that thing's now got leftovers. That's okay. I'm going to U-turn out of it to try and guarantee that Ice Beam to come in so I can get some easy protect that, minimal damage on what I'm going to bring out next, which for me would be bringing Heatran back in. Now, he's going to hit me with an Ice Beam, and there it goes. There's very little, as I said, but annoyingly enough, that happens! In comes a freaking freeze, which I don't need one bit. The annoying thing is Lava Plume doesn't even thaw out, which is stupid program by Game Freak. Come on, Game Freak, get on this. It's a freaking Lava Plume! That should be able to defreeze anything! So I go back into Chestnut. That boy's going to hit me with an Earth Power to try and play that prediction game. And Notre Dame's going to just eat it up. Get that Letty's recovery. That's right, it was Mandy that was Rocky Helmet. Anyway, just feeling it out. Luke's going to withdraw that boy Gastrodon and come in with that boy Configuragus, or Configuragus, however you bloody pronounce it. Now, I'm just going to hit, which was a good prediction on Luke. The Drain Punch was not going to touch it. The annoying thing is, it's now going to start doing what Config does. It's going to start setting up Calm Minds. So I'm going to switch out. I'm going to, if I'm right, no, I'm going to send in Mandibuzz. I'm going to hit with a Taunt so it can't stack up these Calm Minds. It's going to get 1 now, obviously, due to the switch. I'm going to hit straight with a Taunt, stop it from getting any more, then switch back in to, I believe, we'll see in a minute anyway. Because I know he's going to try and stack up as many calm mines in this thing as possible, which we don't want it doing. We really don't. And there you go. It's now gone and blocked it. So, we switch out. In comes Dan the Tran. At this point, I'm hoping that I can... He's going to Shadow Ball, obviously, because that's all he can do. I'm going to slow... I was going to sack off Heatran. Turns out that it's still frozen, but it lived that Shadow Ball nice and well. He's going to hit with another Shadow Ball, clearly. He's going to outspeed, obviously, and down goes Dan the Tran. So, at the minute, we're not looking pretty good. We got one thing that's been destroyed. Charizard is nearly dead, and before I even realized it, I've got a Misgem Poke. I didn't even see the Taunt wear off on Conf, to which Conf is now just going to start Calm Minding again, which is annoying as hell, but it's okay. Normally, if I had the right ability on this thing, I would be able to wall this thing. This thing would not even be able to touch me because of that ability. And then when it actually hit, you're about to see my actual reaction. I'm going to hit it with the Seed Bomb, does very small amount of damage, and then he's going to hit me with a Shadow Ball. And my instant reaction like, oh, fuck, no! And that's when I realized that we had misbred/misgendered it. It did not have the ability it was supposed to have, and so I'm entirely deflated with that. So okay, now I'm just going to do whatever, because I don't feel I can take out this Conflagragus no more. I can't touch it. So I'm just going to start a layer of spikes, and then I'm just going to start Seed Bomb while he sets up to destroy Chestnut. That's +2? No, +3 I think. Now I'm going to just start straight off Seed Bomb and get some damage in. And he's going to, as I said, just going to keep stockpiling those Calm. I think that's now 5. I think he goes up to about 5 anyway. I can't remember. Well, there was 1, Taunt, Shadow Ball, Wear Off, 2, 3. That was number 4, okay. So yeah, right now, all I can really do is just Seed Bomb this thing. I can't touch it with Drain Punch because obviously it doesn't do nothing, as you saw earlier. So I'm just going to keep Seed Bombing away while he's trying to take advantage of his Calm Lines. There goes my Chestnut. Chestnut is now gone. Sucks to be Chestnut. And at this point, I'm like, fuck it, I can't win. So I'm just going to try and hit it with a Rock Slide. Hope to get the flinch with it like 10 million times to try and actually do something to this Conflagragus, because I can't touch it. So with all that special fodder boost chucked into Durant, into that Conflagragus, Durant goes as well. And the problem is I needed to keep Durant alive, but when I realized it was Misgen, I was deflated and it really threw me off. So, okay, I'll just go to Charizard now, and Charizard's just going to hit it with a Fire Blast after it Megas, as required by our MPA rules of Mega in first turn. Much later on the battle, I really wish I didn't sack on my Durant like I did, because Durant does a lot to this team. I hit the Fire Blast gets a crit, and down goes the Con, which was convenient for us. As you can see, RNG's playing both sides of it. It's not just being biased towards one side, which is the best way for RNG to be, because it makes the game that much more interesting. In comes Hydreigon again. I'm switching Lizard Lad back out, and I'm going straight into Your Bone, the Mandibuzz. Well, we haven't seen... Mandibuzz hasn't actually done much this season. It's just really just been there for defog fodder. And now he's going to start hitting the Rock Slides and trying to get flinches. Oh no, wait, he's going to switch out. Okay, that boy is going into Donphan, which is going to take some rock and spike damage. Not a lot, but it's going to take some. I think it's like 5%. And I'm just going to start hitting with Brave Bird. Suns are out. The sun is out, so we're getting a little bit lucky here. Here with another Brave Bird, and then we're going to bring it down to just about 3/4 of HP left. Correction, 1/4 HP left. To which little Lukey is going to go ahead and hit up with that Rock Polish, do the Rock Slide. Your bird is going to dodge it. I'm going to hit it with a Brave Bird, and that should be a goodbye Donphan. Sadly, it lives on like 1 HP. That is ridiculous. And then the sun fades. He's going to hit me with Rock Slide. Maddie is just going to weather it. I'm going to start roosting. And I'm just going to focus on trying to keep sure that I ensure I have more HP than as possible so I can get off one more Rock Slide, one more Brave Bird onto this Donphan. So my best play right now is to essentially just roost stall until I got high enough HP to kick up with a Brave Bird. While Luke just sits here and keeps hitting me with those Rock Slides and tries to flinch me at least a couple times. But as you see, I'm quite fortunate. I'm getting quite lucky with these roosts and not getting flinched too much. See, in comes another Rock Slide. And there's an actual flinch right there. I think that turn I was actually trying to go for a Brave Bird. I can't remember. I think I was still going for roosts. There you go. I'm back to roost stalling once again. I still feel, at this point, I feel reinvigorated. I feel the fact that with what has happened so far, with the RNG playing both sides, I can still maybe get lucky and cinch our way into another victory, which hopefully we get to do. So, I'm going to miss. He's going to miss another Rock Slide. I'm going to kick it up with another Brave Bird, and Donphan is going to drop. Mandibuzz getting its first kill during the MPA, I believe. I'll check the stats later on. Anyway, Luke is going to send out that boy Gastro again. Gastrodon is back. I know this thing's going to be packing Toxic, so what's my play? I'm going to taunt the bastard and stop it from Toxicking me. And there you go, it can't use Toxic no more. It's got to wait 3 turns before it can touch you with that again. So while he's sat there contemplating what to do, I'm going to switch out and I'm going to go into Charizard in the hopes it can take an Ice Beam. I'm sat, fingers crossed, bracing myself. Like, come on Charizard, just live on like 1 HP, and obviously I was wrong, Charizard goes. But I was like, come on Charizard, just live on that 1 HP, let me do that, get that roost in, and then let me hit that thing with a Solar Beam and destroy it. Sadly enough, that was not the case. And then once again, I'm going to just bring Mandibuzz back in and start hitting the Brave Birds. He's going to just keep Ice Beaming. See, it does a fair amount of damage, but it's not going to quite kill. So, we'll get us down to the yellow, which is good. We're not even at half HPs. But I will be roosting next turn. Oh wait, I'm going to kick up with the taunt again in case he decides, okay, my taunt's up this turn, I'm going to hit it with a Toxic. Now he's going to strap Ice Beam me. At this point, I'm like, okay, right, I need to get more roosts in, I need to get more HP and build up. Let's get to it. And best place, with Luke switching, I'm getting my free roost. He's going to switch into Magmortar. The rocks are spiking and do that damage to it. I'm going to roost up, and then I'm going to get ready to take on this Magmortar, because this Magmortar has been a beast this season. In fact, Luke's entire team has been pure beastage. So I'm going to switch back into Noivern. And he's going to hit me with a Fire Blast. I'm going to weather it, but not too well. And then Luke's going to take some life or damage for that as well. The sunlight is going to fade. We thought he might try for a Thunderbolt, but then I realized the sun was still up, so he's going to try and actually hit me with a Fire Blast. He's got no reason not to. And then he brings Hydreigon back in. I'm looking at this thing thinking, right, I'm choiced, I'm stuck in on this thing. Let's just try and Air Slash and flinch it. Obviously, it's not going to happen. Boom, there goes Noivern. And we are literally down to just Mandibuzz. And I'm literally at this point thinking, right, it's Mandibuzz versus the world right now. And Mandibuzz pretty much does woo what's left of his team. Nothing's there packing Thunder. I don't have to worry about electric moves. All I need to do is Roost, Brave Bird. Roost and Brave Bird. Which essentially is what I feel is what I'm going to have to do now. And he's just going to... I believe he is actually choice, so he's just locked in on the Rock Slide. So I can just sit here and Roost. Every now and again he'll And I'm thinking every now and again, when he flinches me, that's PP stalling me out a bit. I'm saving PP for that. So this turn, I'm going to go ahead, hit it with a Brave Bird, get some damage on the Hydreigon, and try and take that thing out. And look, I did a massive chunk of damage, and I'm quite happy with that. Now what I need to do is, I need to start roosting again and do it again. Part of me really wanted the Brave Bird that second turn because I feel I could have taken it out. But then it would leave me in a bad way next turn for that Mega Medicham because I know that thing's going to heavily outspeed me. There's the flinch. It's going to allow me to enjoy having that extra roost. He's going to switch out. He's going to bring in that boy, which is Mega Medicham, which is what I was worried about. But at the same time, I know Mandibuzz can destroy Medicham with its Brave Bird. And once again, I feel like I should have done it there as well, because that could have done a lot. That could have... Like, looking back on it now, I feel Brave Bird would have been the better play to have done, because it would have done... It could have potentially just wiped out Medicham or Hydreigon, and I messed up once again. Like, I got to the finish line and I choked there. There's a flinch, in comes the Ice Punch. I'm like, okay, I'm still going to Brave Bird as long as it doesn't do this. And that was like, come on. You could have had a worse ending. Yeah, it's going to take Rocky Helm damage, but I'm freaking frozen! Why? 2 freezes, 1 game? That's bullshit! But anyway, that is another loss that brings us to 4 and 6 losses? 4 wins, 6 losses? Again, in the MPA. But don't worry, I'm going to focus on getting better, try and improve my game, up it. Trust my instincts a bit more, but GG Luke, GG Luke, guys, make sure you do check his stuff out. PokeballerLuke, all this description stuff will be down in the description below. But it was a good battle, I'm not gonna lie, it really was. Very enjoyable as well. I love Luke's attitude, he's just a good fit, and it's just, yeah. That missed gen, and then the fact it deflated me a bit, and I did sort of snap out of it till late game, that's a problem, I need to fix that, I need to focus on that more. Anyway, moving on to week 12 of the MPA. As you see, it's got overgrown, not the hidden ability. Let me think, what can I put up? You know, let's go for my favourite Pokemon that I drafted all season. Let's go for, Tyrantrum. There we go. Right, basically, next week, week 12, we are taking on the New York Papa C and the New York Clinks. So, guys, get ready, get hyped for that. And also, make sure you like, comment, subscribe to this video, and then go watch from Luke's side, see what he has to say, and then I'll catch you all next week for our match against Papa C and the New York Clinks. And I'm out of here.